You know the feeling of fear. You know when your hands start sweating, your body starts shaking a little bit, you start to get nervous, and you see everything going wrong around you. And what was the trigger? Well, you had to do a presentation. You had to go outside and talk to people. You had to ask for direction. You had to wait your mom come back on the supermarket line. You know the feeling of despair when you're trying to talk, but you know there are people looking. There are people waiting for you to say something. I remember this girl from my high school, and we had been studying together for 3 years now. We were 27 people. And we were doing normal presentations, something we were so used to. Because at this age, 17, 18, 19, it's kind of weird when you don't have the capacity to actually go in front of people and say something. But there are a lot of people who struggle with that. And it's a shame there are people that have to go through that and experience all the pain. You are constantly reminded of your low self-esteem because you have no confidence at all. Because if you did, you you wouldn't be afraid of talking in front of people. You wouldn't have this fear inside you. And to be honest, for other people, it is kind of unattractive when you don't know how to speak in public. Like, people think you are weak. At least that's how most people think. For me, like, if I see someone who cannot speak in public, like especially in a room where you are surrounded by people you spent like thousands of hours together with, like, damn, how can you not do something so simple? How many opportunities have we lost just because we were afraid of talking to, I don't know, 3, 5 people in front of us? Maybe 10, maybe 50. That was an opportunity we missed. We could have had that. And something a lot of people forget, but this is something so easy to understand, but the regret of doing something is way smaller than the regret of not doing something. Because when you do something and you made a mistake, at least you learn. You can take something from it. When you don't do nothing, you didn't succeed, and you didn't made a mistake, you failed. Because mistakes are just made from people who want to be better, who want to change, who want to overcome their challenges. Have we actually done that? And that's why we need to focus on losing all of this fear, losing all of these feelings, fighting against this primal instinct of ours of neglecting all of that. Because after a certain age, after you're like 14, 15, it becomes a peer pressure. It becomes kind of weird if you can't speak in public, because this is something you must develop and it's not a choice. You you don't actually have like an opportunity to not learn. You don't have this opportunity of like, oh yeah, I can just live, it's not that important. No, 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 wrong, bad. This is one of the most important things we can do as humans, is learn how to talk, is learn how to inspire others. We need to challenge this perfectionism of, I can't speak in public unless I know everything about the subject, unless I have prepared a perfect speech, because, oh, I'm not ready and I am afraid that people will judge me. People will judge you so much more if you don't say anything. how how stupid is the idea of people judging you for something you did instead of something you didn't do? Because everyone realizes that trying to do something is 1,000 times better than not doing something because of fear. We also need to realize that there are two easy ways, two shortcuts for you to overcome this fear. And they are the opposite of each other, but they lead you to the same thing. And the first belief you may have is no one really cares about me. And this is perfect. It is the nihilistic part of that, where you don't actually care about anything because you know that no one really cares about you. The only one who cares as much as you about you is yourself. No one really cares, not even your parents care about you as much as you care about yourself. So if you make a mistake, if you mess up, who cares? Who actually gives a fuck about that? No one. Almost no one. And the little tiny fraction of people who actually care are not important. You need to understand, like, people who actually care about your mistakes, unless they are your friends and want you to improve, are completely obnoxious to anything you say. Don't care about them, ignore them, like, think they don't exist. Kill them in your mind and just leave their bodies behind. So you don't care about anything. Or you can have the opposite, and that is for people who usually have like way more uh, self-esteem. Just think you are the best. I honestly just think everyone wants to listen to you. Instead of no one cares what I'm going to say, so I'm going to say the way I want. No, no, think like everyone wants to listen to me, and I'm the only one who can actually give this advice on this exactly way, and this is how I'm gonna help them. So I'm just the best. Like, I'm their best option. I'm their best player. I'm their best speaker. I'm their best anything. And be the best. You know, because our mind is very powerful. When we have this mindset of I am the best, of I don't really, I don't give a fuck, then we improve. Then we can speak whatever we want on, of course, with manners and stuff. You won't just like, "Oh, yeah, you're a son of a bitch and I hope your mom dies or something." But in a polite way, we can say whatever we want. And how do we actually do it? How do we overcome all of this fear? How do we start from, okay, just this motivation of damn, I can speak much better, to holy shit, let's try it and do it. It's so easy to practice talking because we already do it every single day, most of the time, when we think to ourselves. The inner voice we have when we are reading, when we are thinking about something, we have the inner voice along with like brain images we create. You know that inner voice? Like, make it out loud. Debate in real life. Like, actually, this sounds like you're schizophrenic or something, but talk your thoughts. If you are walking around and you see, a bird, instead of thinking nice bird, say nice bird. Damn, that's so cool. His like its wings are so open, and the way it sings is different from anything I've ever seen. You're already talking to yourself. And maybe some people will listen to you and they will think you're a freak, but well, you don't give a fuck. Or they really want to know what you are saying because you're the best. You're the top one, and no one can beat you on it. Visualize yourself before you actually speak in Discord, in real life, with for a small group of people, for a big group of people. You like visualize. How are you gonna say it? If you have a script, like think about keywords you can use. If you're going to improvise at all, just think, okay, what is the best way I can say it? What what is the 100% I can do to bring value and to inspire and to convince all this crowd of people in front of me? Personally, for me, the most important and the most powerful thing you can do is challenge your negative thoughts. So every time a bad thought comes to your mind about you not being good enough, about you not being ready, about you not knowing the content, the subject, like personify this thing, okay? Like make it a person, make a persona about it, and beat the fuck out of them. Like think about yourself murdering them, like punching them until they beg for help and run away. This is the most powerful thing for me in my experience. You challenge your negative thoughts. You you made them people, and you beat them, and you kick them, and you shoot them, and you slice them, and you break their bones. You dominate them. You you make these huge giants in your mind. Just make them cute butterflies you can kill with your bare hands. Just your eye, your eyes of hate can burn their soul, and they will go away. I swear to God, they will go away. And also, you have to practice and start small. Start talking with some friends. If you are very shy, you have like this, like I don't know, big problems and these mental states where you are not able to talk to people. Go on Discord, hop on a call with some good friend of yours, and talk to them. Try to say anything about your day. How great was your day today? And then you talk to two friends, five, 10 people online, and then you go to the real challenge, and then you go to the real stuff. Talk to one person who is a friend of yours in real life, and then two, and then five, and then seven, and then try to make a speech for them. Start small, start online, no camera on, only your microphone, only your voice, and talk to people. And then turn on your camera, and then you go outside, talk to friends, and then you talk to strangers and friends, and then you can easily talk only to strangers. How powerful is that? The fact you can talk to anyone in your like eyesight, I think is the English word for when you like everything you can view, right? Eyesight or something. However, there are a lot of mistakes people usually do when they are trying to overcome this fear of public speaking. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes as them, because we are different and we have the right knowledge of how to do it. Usually, people make mistakes because they don't have any preparation at all. And that's okay when you're talking to friends, because with friends you can have this like smoother way. You can have like you can misspell a word, or you can actually like say something that is not really what you think. You say you lack about something, like, or you don't actually know the subject, but you're just trying to hang out, you're just trying to get into the conversation. But not with strangers. Like when you're talking to strangers, you must have this polite, like a lot of people say this is bad, but I don't think so. Put this mask, this social mask of politeness, of smoothness, of articulateness, and then you will realize that when you are prepared to do something, it's just like Batman. Like Batman with no prepare is just a random guy in a Batman suit. Batman prepared is a completely devil. Like he's a fucking demon. Why don't you prepare yourself? Also, people ignore feedbacks. Usually, when you're trying to overcome this fear and you say to people, "Oh yeah, I'm trying I'm trying to get rid of this fear and all of these bad feelings when I'm talking in public, so can you just give me a little feedback?" Don't run away from the feedback. Don't run away from criticism. Don't run away from people just saying how you could do better. Like, accept their opinions. You might disregard them in your mind if you are a completely like we can actually understand when people are just trying to like make a fool of us, and when they're actually trying to help. If you know people are actually trying to help, listen to them and take their advices, especially if they know how to speak in public. Then it's a completely different conversation. A lot of people also have one of these two where they have self-hate, and it is when they don't think they are good enough. So you need to get rid of this mindset. Or they are perfectionists, and you also need to get rid of that. Because no one is perfect. Like, if you see Jordan Peterson, if you see Nelson Mandela, if you see Martin Luther King, if you see Andrew Tate, if you see Andrew Huberman, if you see, who else? Let me think. I don't know, any good speaker, any public figure, they all make like mistakes on their day-to-day life. Like, they all make mistakes when they're making a speech. Why you, like, why not us, these weird who just want to improve on their like intellectual and academic life? Why can't we make mistakes? Mistakes are good. Again, mistakes are one of the best things we can do, but we cannot keep doing them. So don't be a perfectionist, and don't hate yourself when you make mistakes. People also forget that when you're talking in public, you need to interact with people, because then it's just a monologue of you saying words to the air and people wanting to sleep listening to you talking. Interact with people, say jokes, use like these funny interactions, or just like make everything deep, change your tone of voice, and then just go back to normal. Because then you engage people, you don't make this flat ass, because then you're just wasting people's time. You're not bring them value, you're just wasting people's times. Interact with people and don't start big. Don't just suddenly get out of home and cold approach people. No, like, just be a human being. Like, start small. Chill. The last two mistakes people usually do is that they don't practice enough. They just start for like 3 4 days talking to people, and they just like forget about everything. So you need to be consistent on this habit. You need to ignore all of people trying to you to saying that you should come back and say like go back where you were, and then you keep doing this every single day. 10 minutes on a call on Discord, 5 minutes talking to two or three people. How hard can that be? So what I want you to do is call a friend of yours on Discord or in real life. I would prefer real life. You probably would too. And say, let's talk, let's hang out, let's go on the park, let's bike together, and talk to them. And then invite one more friend, and then one more, and then ask them to invite other people they know. And then you start the call, maybe you start a Discord server where you all are talking with each other. Also, today you will prepare a speech for your family or to your friends, and you will talk. You'll say it. Yeah, like call everyone on the, I don't know, on the dinner room, or on or on the living room, and say, "Well, I made a speech. I want to talk to you." And then you go. They will probably support you a lot. So just an additional tip, there is a group called Toastmasters, if I'm not mistaken, and they have this like program. It's completely free. I'm not sponsored or anything. I have 4 subscribers. And go there and try to talk. You might learn a thing or two. Bye.